So pretty. Oh, hello everyone. I'm Scarset Vincent. I am the creator of SDRacing Hong Kong, which is a homemade brand of RC car accessories, RC car chassis, and RC car bodies. And a little while back, if you've heard the news, there's been a pandemic that started in the world and we all started to get locked down. Where I am in Hong Kong, we got locked down pretty early on. And one of the first thing I did was invest in a Vaquform DT2 vacuum machine. And I started then to design and try to vacuum my own bodies for RC cars. And the RC cars that I'm making the most bodies for are those Mini Z's 1/27th, 1/28th scale RC cars, which are very popular for racing or for drifting all across the globe. And so I'm going to show you a little bit of what it takes to do it, how available for anybody it is, and yeah, I'll show you quickly. This is one of my latest projects, which is a Formula E car. So this is my CAD program. I'm using Autodesk Inventor, and so I start by doing a very basic shape of the chassis. I'm using an old Kyosho Mini Z chassis just because it's more bulky than the others, and then around that I'm designing the molds that I will use for the Vaquform. And as you can see, maybe if I show the front, one of the important thing to think about when I'm designing those molds is angles. There is very few, if none, vertical lines in the designs in order for the molds to very easily come out once it's vacuum formed. And yeah, I've had to learn as I was going. I've never done that before. I've learned, I'm a product designer by trade. I learned to do mold for ceramic production when I studied a long time ago. I've been doing product design in Hong Kong for 15 years for the toy industry, the decoration industry, and a bit for the RC industry. But this is very specific design for vacuum forming, so I had a very quick learning curve, and you learn pretty quickly what works and what doesn't work, because things get stuck to the sheets very easily. And so basically it's a matter of angle and shapes and what is going to be sticking out more than others that might create webbing. Other than that, the process is super simple, and so I go from that shape to create the mold. I'm using fairly small 3D printers. I have the Up Mini 1 from Tier Time and the Up Mini 2. And so let me give you the mold. I'll be back. I'm back. Alright, so let me show you from that the 3D printed mold. You can see I've made quite a few since I've been confined to my home. And so here it is. This is the mold. So it is 3D printed in two parts because, once again, the Up Minis have very small print beds. I think it's 12 by 12 by 12. So I can't print the whole car in one go, which is not a big deal at all. And very often I will use the lines from the assembly of the two parts as part of the design, for example, for a seam of a door, some kind of bodywork. For this one I didn't. It's very smooth everywhere for the Formula E, and so I 3D print them in ABS. I usually coat them with CA glue, super glue, and sand it once, and then if necessary, like on this one, I'll do some body work with body filler, Bondo, what is used in the car industry, and then sand it until it is a proper surface for painting it once the product have been made. I'm using the PETG plastic from Vaquform. For those cars I'm using a 0.5 mm. For bigger scale cars I do 112 and 110 scale cars. I'm using the 1 mm thick PETG clear sheets. And so that takes me roughly a day to 2 days to go from the print to a usable mold. And once I have the usable mold, you'll see on the videos, I vacuum it, and it might take some trial and error in the beginning to see if some shapes are going to have webbing, where to place the mold in the vacuum machine. But other than that, once you figure it out, it's a really quick process. And so for me it's been a really cool discovery and a really cool asset to my little side business. I'm not doing this as a full-time. This is the hobby that I've built into a mini side business. My main business is to do product design. And the thing is, I'm in Hong Kong. We have very limited space available to live, so having a bigger industrial size vacuum or building my own vacuum with a shop vacuum cleaner or something like that is just not realistic, because we have very tiny spaces to live. So the Vaquform it's desktop, it's perfect, it fits on my desk along with my other machines, and I can just turn around, get to it, and every time I have an order, press a couple of buttons, pack it, and it's good to go. And it's been really successful. I think a lot of people have enjoyed getting more into their hobby during the confinement, and I'm seeing more and more potential the more I'm using the Vaquform machine. I thought in the beginning that I wouldn't be able to do bigger scale cars, but I ended up doing cars to the 112 scale and all the way to 110 scale by just separating in different pieces. And the bed of the DT2 is about an A4 size, so you have to remove probably 1 cm all around in order for the vacuum to activate. And I have some molds that cover pretty much the entire machine, and you can just vacuum it. It's a really powerful tool. It's really useful for what I do, and it just opens opportunities for my main business as well, because now I can offer to my customers more ways to prototype the product design that I do for them. So that's my experience with the Vaquform DT2. It's been really fantastic to create all these little buddies for the RC world, and everything that I have has its limitation, but in my mind this is what fuels the creativity, as much as this strange time we're living in, which is very restrictive, fueled a lot of creativity for me, I guess, as it did for many other people. And so here you go. I'll leave you with videos of vacuum forming, which is always awesome to look at, and I'll have a link to where I get mine in Hong Kong, the website. And if you have any questions about the vacuum forming process, the molding process, or anything, come join me on my Facebook page at SDRacing Hong Kong, or RC Hong Kong community Facebook page. You can visit the website sdracing.shop, and yeah, hope you get some inspiration. You've learned a little bit more about the process of designing molds for the Mini Z soft bodies, and hope you enjoyed a tiny improvement in video quality production compared to what I film with my mobile phones usually. Alright, everybody stay safe, and hope you get some inspiration today. See you soon. Bye bye.